basically.
Yep.
But the trichiliocosm is a billion world system, according to the ancient Buddhist and Indian cosmology.
Billion world system.
Mm-hmm. So basically, that's saying there's a Mount Meru at the center of every one of these systems, and we're stuck in this flat Earth. We can't even get to this Mount Meru because of the reptilian virus and the New World Order that's trying to kill humanity and steal your soul, recycle you over and over and over again. They're literally farming you. We're in a soul farm. This shit's evil beyond measure. You don't have to like it. But we live in this, they say the continent is called Jambudvipa, and that's the name of this, the outer lands we're on. But there's a billion world system outside of this, an infinite world, infinite worlds. Trichiliocosm after trichiliocosm after trichiliocosm. It's just a never-ending
cycle.
Infinity.
Mm-hmm.
Infinity. The universe outside this. You got to get to the hole at the center and be birthed out of here. And if you're not a living soul, well, you're kind of stuck here. And I think that's the problem. These NPCs, the reptilians, whatever these archons are, the overlords of the system, they're stuck here and they can't get out. And their time is running out.
Yeah, they won't even uncensor the truth. You know, if they could get the whole consciousness talking about this, because people just keep talking about the same shit every day, you know, and they don't see it. They just talk about what they think's normal to them, you know, but they don't even realize, like what we realize, what we're telling them, that you're in hell right now, literally in hell, and we have to get heaven here, and in order to do that, we have to talk about it. We have to program it with the words that we speak and the actions. You know, it's our intention. It's what are we going to do about it? Doesn't matter what we think, but it's really, you know, what we're trying to do. We're trying to accomplish a feat here that nobody can seem to manage to even talk about. And that's the thing. We have to first start talking about these things and manifesting them, just even with our words, as we're speaking. Like, people don't want to have to live for anything. You know, like, what are you living for? People talk about getting clean from doing certain drugs, or, you know, they have certain problems, and yeah, their accomplishments, or, you know, whatever. But they don't have a sense of any kind of purpose to actually really live. Like, what are you living for? What are you trying to fight for? You go take a vaccine to try to stay alive, but for what? What are you really living for? To just keep doing this same system where you don't realize the real problem? Like Michael said, it's a reptilian. That's what it is. It's a reptilian virus. That's why everybody has to pay money everywhere they go. But people are too egotistical to realize this shit. You know, they'd rather just keep going along with the narrative of having to pay money for time and money. Everything's time and money. Your time's going to run out. Your money's going to run out. And then what? Then you're going to get stressed. And stress is like the number one cause of death. People get stressed all the time about money and time. And it's just, why stress about it? It's all an illusion. And we have to snap out of it. They put this here for us to freak out about, you know? But you'll get by. Trust me, you'll get by, even if you can just program your own reality for heaven on earth, you know, for every living soul. And just start living it like that, as what I'm saying. It's not that far-fetched. If you say you're really a holy person, then be holy. Talk about heaven on earth, bringing heaven to earth. You can't even talk about it. They won't talk about it. But it would be a better place if people would start being more selfless. We all know this. Gifts ain't going to help this place. It's how we act and how we treat each other. And what we say, you know, and what we do. And people need to start realizing it. You know, we're not here just to be a program and be another statistic of like what everybody else is doing or how you're getting treated. Break that scenario. Break that frickin' chain of you know, of how things are going. I try to do it all the time if I can, you know. Like I said, I'll talk to certain people if I have to talk to them, whatever, just to keep the flow going, you know. Don't want to upset people. Like, I don't like upsetting people. I don't want to have to, you know. What's the point? I can make this a better place. We all can. But, you know, it's just going with the flow of things, and don't be a disruptor, you know, because we're all trying to live, and be able to create and
Oh,
enjoy. But we've
I'm
all
a
been
bit of a
fed the
disruptor.
reverse of truth, you know, and
More of an
people.
influencer, more of a
That's where
disruptor.
we're fucked up.
I came
Is
to shake you,
everything's the
so that's my
reverse.
job. I came to snap you out of the shell shock that you're in to realize that you've missed something very important in this world.
Very important.
And that's your eternal life, and that there's an exit hole at the center. And that there's a trichiliocosm of universes outside of this one, according to the Buddhist texts, and that would, I guess we'll find out
Mm-hmm.
if the universe is infinite or not. Like,
Yeah,
we're being
that'd be
birthed
great.
out of here. I have a feeling that we can be birthed into any one of these worlds of our choosing. We'll probably have the ability to go from Mount Meru to Mount Meru to Mount Meru to Mount Meru to Mount Meru, like from one flat Earth plane to another, like an infinite amount of flat Earth planes.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting, who knows? But people won't even put their minds to it. They won't even think about the fact,
this is,
they
the heavens that we've been promised from our Creator. This is
They would rather talk about
heaven
some
on
mindless
earth.
shit, space or
this
whatever
full flat
else,
Earth
but
plane,
they'll
what
never
everybody
talk about
realizes
living.
that we're from another dimension, that we're from a billion universe system.
Yeah, that's all that's to it. Yeah, we're infinite potential. Like literally, like it's we're ever the soul is infinite. That's it. The soul is infinite. The ego wants now. The soul knows it's infinite. That's why it's like we can be calm here, sitting here, collective, talking about these things because we know we're infinite beings.
Trichiliocosm, Cosm Merlin. I signed it in my blood.
Witnessed. Blood thick.
Yeah. Been writing everybody checks. Everybody got paychecks. Say it's Christmas, the time of giving, so I gave Satan my blood, 144,000. I wrote him a paycheck, signed it. For Satan, heaven on earth, Merlin, it's free. Free, man. I fucking bought. I paid off. The CIA got paid this year. Venus got paid. The BOI backstabbers, they got a bonus. The BOI backstabbers got a bonus. They're getting mental help and heaven on earth. They're getting the mental help they need to deal with what they did. Like the CIA, look, I checked them off my list, bro. Paid. Bought the CIA, my blood. Right now, Merlin, Trichiliocosm, they're the Central Intelligence Agency of this flat Earth plane. And we're the Central Intelligence from a trichiliocosm of universes that are beyond the hole at the center of this flat Earth. We just got trapped on this one. And they fucked us up pretty bad, man. They scrambled our brains like...
Yo, did you see the moon map?
Scrambled eggs. Moon
I've
map?
seen that on your page. Like, and then I went to the guy's channel.
Yeah, Vibes of Cosmos is the YouTube channel.
And if you look at it, man, like, there's still a lot of extra land that they're not telling us about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think I like the looks of that map, and it makes more sense. But I don't know the source, and he says some things I have in question, such as the black hole sun rotating beneath the bottom of the Earth, whereas Mark Brown says it's fixed and stationary. So which is it? Is the black hole sun fixed and stationary, or is it rotating?
It's fixed and stationary, and it rotates every now and then when I think, precession of the equinox or something happens. When there's a lunar and solar eclipse.
Yeah, he's also saying the moon is like a natural part of creation, whereas like we're saying it's a manufactured. The moon is a virus. It's a parasite succubus that's creating a disruption wave, stealing your souls. It's causing us to get locked. It's creating a in a month. Like takes a month for that. If you speed it up, it'd be it's creating a wobble slowly. Like it's like the sun and the moon, and it's like they're drifting, but the moon's like lagging in behind. So the sun's like drifting on, and the moon's like drifting behind, and it's lagging and dragging and dragging, and then it gets halfway around, and then it's coming closer and closer and closer until it passes, and then it's lagging. So it's creating some kind of a magnetic flux, square wave. And if it's made out of white phosphorus, like, that would make sense for some kind of translucent crystal ball. It's a cubic structure when you look at the lattice of the crystal of phosphorus. So that would make sense. Maybe that's where the square cube wave's coming from. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Nobody really knows. They told us it was made out of cheese. They told us that a meteorite hit the Earth when it was in its molten state, and a big ball of lava spewed out into space. And then
I thought it was like I always thought it was like the opposite of the sun. Just a colder light, like a negative charge. Like sun is a positive and the moon is a negative.
I think the moon is charging from the sun and then discharging. Charging and discharging. As it's out of phase.
I think they only work because of the black sun. They're not working off each other. They're working from the black sun.
He said it was a rib of the earth. That the Eve is a rib of the earth, right? Adam and Eve. Atom is your 666. Like your cells of your body, like the original cell you got from your mother, was your atom. And then it cell divided in sacred geometry, and formed your, you curled out, your heart grew, your body began to grow. So you're the atom, the atom. That's and then
there's
Eve
like a toroidal field.
Yeah, Adam and Eve. So you're the atom, but Eve is the rib of the earth. Like, they didn't take it from you, they took it from the earth. And he says it's like made of the same material. So somehow the polarity of this material, like, they're able to park it up in an orbit somehow using magnetic understandings, crystals, and they got this thing floating around up there. And it's charging and discharging, creating a square wave that's shutting off of half of everybody's brains. They can't think clear. They all go crazy on the full moon and turn into werewolves and run around the streets at all hours of the night, stabbing each other.
Jeez.
So, like, I don't know. Just everybody goes crazy on the full moon, right? And they say the hospital. Yeah, is that true? I don't know. Look it up. It's hard to say. But the moon is a virus. The moon is not supposed to be there, according to what I understand.
It's a succubus.
Is it a fundamental part of creation, or is it a succubus that was planted there to trap humanity?
Why do you think they say freaks come out of them?
It's like the iron grid. That's why there's a gridiron around every cemetery. It's the gridiron. They're telling you that gridiron fence, that you're in a gridiron and you're going to die because you're in a gridiron. Literally, they're telling you that the gridiron fence around the cemetery, it's a symbol representing the gridiron of the magnetic. It locks onto your soul at death. When you die, your energy, your soul, it leaves, detaches from the plasma in your blood. The heart stops pumping and gets deoxygenated, and the life no longer is attached to the body. It leaves the body, and then your body's lifeless, dead. And the soul, the energy, the light, the biophotons exit, probably through the heart chakra or burst out through your crown. I don't, they exit your body, and now you're an orb, likely in the spirit realm of ether, and you're caught in the magnetic moon. The waves that moon are creating are locking you into they're showing you the Death Star. The moon is the Death Star, and that's why it's a big tractor beam. They're showing you that you get sucked in at death. That's why DreamWorks Studio is sitting there in the moon, fishing for souls.
Yep. Pac-Man moon. Gonna eat your soul.
And then it erases your memories. Some kind of a polarity eraser.
I was watching some shit. Now that you mentioned cemeteries, it was like, you know how people get buried 6 feet deep? It was saying like,
right, 6 feet. Yeah, stay 6 feet away from each other. Stay 6 feet deep. Stay dead.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a ritual that the elite do. They stand 6 feet apart and they wear masks.
But they said 10 feet under is like a whole nother like layer that once these people are buried, like the reptilians just feed on their corpse, like you think you're burying someone, in all actuality, like
that's food.
Times when people unbury somebody, like the organs are missing and all.
Oh yeah, 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 yep.
So much sick shit in this world, man. I fucking paid off the CIA with my blood. I checked them off my list. Everybody's getting a paycheck for Christmas this year. Merlin just signed. All the gatekeepers, 144,000 for heaven on earth. Agenda 21, Satan, 144,000 living souls in the flesh are here to fix this reptilian virus. We're going to fix this moon virus. We're going to fix this matrix. They have no idea what we're up against, but we're the ones that figured it out. No one else even knows the moon is stealing their soul. They can't see it. There's a major, major problem in this realm.
Major.
It's so bad. It's like
they'd rather talk about mindless shit, you know, what's on the TV, sports, or going shopping, or whatever just distracts their minds from these real facts of what the fuck's really going on. They won't even talk about
the internet down. You buried.
They won't even make videos or anything. It's sad. And then you get people distracting each other, you know, talking bad about each other. It just sucks, you know. They'd rather do that than actually get along and do it for the benefit of all and be selfless.
Everybody built the internet selling stuff. Yeah. Internet marketers, affiliate marketers, idle mindlessness. Just there's so much useless crap on the internet that you've clogged your communication channels to actually learn the information you need to get out of here alive, to legit have the angel of death pass you by. They showed you everything about Passover is putting the blood over your door. I mean, this is vital to your success that you put your spiritual currency. It's your blood. You can't go and kill an animal and expect that blood's going to do anything for your soul. It's your own spiritual currency. The life is in the blood. It's the biophotons of your soul are attached to the plasma. That's where they reside. That's where the light of your soul is. It's in the blood. And when you put a drop of your blood, they say on any construction job, no job's complete till there's a drop of blood in it. You know, when you're working, it's just a thing they say because you always get hurt when you're working. You get scratched on a nail or, you know, working with tools. You always, you know, things are sharp. You get cut working with tools and you bleed all the time. Like, it's just a part of working. People get paper cuts all the time. Blood is natural. People get bloody noses in the winter when their nose gets
supposed to be blood, sweat, and tears.
Like
blood, sweat, and tears, man.
Yeah, blood. The life is in the blood. Without the blood in your body, you die. Everybody knows if you cut yourself, you got to put pressure on the wound so you don't lose too much blood. Because if you lose too much blood, you get dizzy and you start to die.
That's how a lot of people do die like that. That's why people shoot each other. So they bleed out and die. It's fucking stupid. You know? It's like
your body regenerates blood cells, the bone marrow.
Why? Motherfuckers over here just shooting each other when we could all get eternal life and not kill each other. What would be the reason to kill if you knew you could live and not die? Like, you know, these people just are obsessed with death because it's in their realm. You know, they get jealous, they get mad, they hate.
They won't put their blood over their intent to connect to life. They won't show their creator proof of life. They won't prove to themselves. They won't, you know, this isn't you need a witness, but I mean, you've got to prove it to yourself. You've got to publish it publicly for the whole universe to see. But this is a contract between you and
your creator.
The creator. That's it. It's between you and God. You don't need a middleman. This is where the church is always, they've been the middleman, thinking that you got to go through the church to get to your divinity. Exactly. Well, really, they're just stealing your money, passing around a collection plate, starting all these charities that have nefarious intentions. If you look into what they're doing, they're stealing the money and they're funding all kinds of human trafficking and all kinds of evil shit. Like, just look at what the churches are doing. If you can't see there's a problem with the pedophile and all the priests and stuff going on in the Vatican, I mean, this is an evil satanic cult. The Christian religion is the satanic cult, and try and explain that to the hardcore Christians. They'll just attack you and think you're out of your mind. But it doesn't matter what they think. It's that the Christian religion is a satanic cult. They've been so deceived with the kindness.
They're going to take it all the way to their grave, like you said. They're going to be buried in it, like their gridiron. Then what are they going to say?
They're never going to realize that the Son of God is above their head. The Son, Jesus is the Son. The Son of God. It's the Son of God. They told you it's the Son. They changed it around in the Bible and confused everybody to thinking that Jesus was literally some man that was born and got.
That's why they always say Jesus the Son. Jesus is the Son.
Something for you. They think the blood of Jesus is going to save them, and that's completely insane. The Christians are in grave danger. They're all gonna fucking die if they don't put their own blood. It's your blood. I don't know how you can deny your own blood. Nobody else's blood is gonna save you. Mine's not. I mean, I'm trying to put my blood up to actually wake people up to the power of their own blood. Well, we get called the satanic cult for standing in truth with Satan, who turns out to be the good guy. Satan's the good guy, and if people can't see that, they're delusional. He's the man that opened the book of life and is actually leading the 144,000 back to the Garden of Eden at Mount Meru, at the center, the exit hole of this matrix, the actual way to be birthed out of here alive. I mean, this is biblical beyond measure. It's vital to everybody's success that they hear this information.
Yes, it is.
That we have to share with them.
Have to, brother.
And we've been trying for so long to get this.
Because we're actually real people, man. We'll be real to these people because nobody else is going to be fucking real to them. They're just going to keep faking until they make it, and then they're all going to fucking die of their own stupidity because they never attached to something that was real in their real life.
They think they're so slick, denser in this message, faking it till they make it. You can't fake it with your creator. The creator's watching you now. The ether is conscious. The wave pool of ether. You're inside a firmament. You're in a womb. You're not on earth. You're in a womb. You're a living soul, and you got to get out of here. You're running out of time. The clock is ticking. Time is moving forward. That's why you're getting old. That's why we're all aging. Everybody is getting older, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to start getting gray hairs on your chinny chin. You're going to start wearing out, man. Your back's going to go. Your knees are going to go. Your hips going to go. Your shoulders are going to go.
You too, Katie.
Your brain's going to go. Everybody's having heart attacks, heart failure, liver failure. You know, they're drinking themselves. They're killing their liver. They're having digestive issues. Everybody's just shitting themselves to death from all the additives in the food. We're just slowly poisoning ourselves day after day after day. You think it's a day. It's the sun's rotating above the flat earth. It's dark. It's light. It's dark. It's light. It's dark. It's light. The sun is rotating. It's a reflection from the black hole sun beneath you. Nothing's moving. The ground's fixed and stationary. There's absolutely no rotation. You're not on a floating godless ball. There's no globe. Only CGI graphics from NASA, who's nothing but a bunch of liars. And I don't care if you like NASA. They're nothing but a bunch of liars. They've deceived you out of your birthright until you realize you're on a flat, geocentric Earth plane for real, until you do some research to comprehend that water runs downhill and seeks its level, until you can see that the plane of existence you're on is a vast, wide open, geocentric Earth, you're blind and legally dead and lost at sea and have no divinity. You don't even have any rights to speak because you don't even know where you are. You can't see that the sky is a firmament. You were birthed into here, covered in blood and water, and you got to get birthed out of here. That's where they stole all this divinity in the Christian religion about being born again. You actually literally have to be born again. There's a hex on your heart, and this is where they say accepting Jesus into your heart. Jesus is the sun. You have to go outside and look at it and sun gaze through your eyes and charge the hypothalamus and open these pineal glands and open your heart chakra through selfless acts of kindness.
That's it.
Based upon the truth, which is that we're on a flat earth plane, that the white hole sun's recording your intentions, that Jesus is listening to you all the time. They said he's everywhere. That's because the sun rays are reading the pool of ether and all your intentions that were written into it. Like your heart is stamping this intention. It's a wave field of electrical current and magnetic currents, and they're leaving an imprint into this invisible field of ether, and the sun is the needle on the disc recording all of these waves that are in the pool. My heart chakra, your heart chakra, your heart chakra, everybody's heart is leaving waves like throwing a rock in the pond, all the concentric rings, and they all just rotate right through each other in this pool, invisible to your eyes. You can't hear it, you can't smell it, you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it. You can kind of feel it. It's those feelings and that gut feeling. If you ever go against your gut feeling, you do something, and you're like, I was going to go do this, but then somebody said, oh, and I listened to you, and now I missed it, and I just knew, and when you listen to your gut feeling, or you don't listen to your gut feeling, and you do something wrong, you just know that you're like, oh, I should have listened, because my gut feeling, when you go against your own emotions, but that's the part they tuned away. They don't want you to have emotions. They don't want men to have emotions. Men are disconnected from their emotions.
Yep.
They're just supposed to be hardcore, robotic, just sports trucks, like, be a man, suck it up, buttercup. The women are all messed up. The feminine's all out of them. Like, they got women just like trying to be the men, and
Yeah.
it's just out of control.
You're fucking nailing it on the head,
Trying to-
Michael. It's narcissist. It's like a narcissist world. Like
Yeah.
they have to record everything. They have to take pictures.
Yeah.
Like
It destroyed the divine
It's
feminine.
crazy.
Like, they're all just these gold digging type of women that use up their men, and they don't help. Like, it's just on to the next man. And I mean, how many broken families are there in this world?
they're gonna take pictures when the world's ending. Like they're gonna be there recording it on their cell phones. That's all they care about. As long as they're getting it on their fucking profiles and uploading videos and pictures of it and of themselves and just selfish shit. You know, that's all people
World's
do all
broken
day.
on so
Nobody
many
really
levels.
gives a fuck. You know what you're eating or what you're doing with your family. That's supposed to be your private time. You know, like you don't have to post it online. But that's what people do all day long. You
Yeah,
know, they're
it's-
just
The
posting
world's
this.
broken
It's
beyond
broken beyond
repair.
belief,
They've
and
damaged the entire.
they only want to talk about
collective
what they want to
consciousness.
talk about. And it's the most low level shit. Like, you know, you can't even talk about anything. It's like they only want to talk about the most low level shit you could quite possibly think of. You know, talk about your family, talk about what you're doing today, talk about where you're going, talk about what you did. Like that's all they can ever talk about. It's like, can you talk about anything else other than these low level
Yeah, the
frequency?
whole education had any knowledge removed. They just taught them how to be a corporate robot, fit into the intentionally dumbing down of America, where they made you a robot and fit you into a corporate agenda of commerce-based existence. Everything's for sale, including your soul. They monetized your soul. That's why the police and the courts and the government are all farming you based upon your corporate contract. That's why they have this right to come and take your children, because they're checking up on their corporate property, and you're just the caretaker of the property, which is your child, which is your their living soul. You know, a child is the ward of a court. You've literally given up ownership of your flesh and blood to the court. Created birth bonded contracts with them. So when you go against them, they have the legal right that you signed into power. You gave them the authority to come and steal your children from you. And now they've become so corrupt that the Children's Protective Service are the ones running this pedophile human trafficking cult. They're just picking on the weak individuals and stealing their children from them. They're the ones that are running the drugs and alcohol into the streets to destroy families so that they fall apart. And now they have a reason to come and take your children from you because you became addicted to all these things and destroyed your own self. You destroyed your family, and they just like, you know, it's all by design. They have engineered this. Like, you know, all the ghettos are engineered to be just poverty. They've turned the whole world into one giant fucking ghetto
Yeah.
of a prison planet.
Yeah.
Just because you're not in jail doesn't mean you're not in prison. Like, what's outside? Like,
Ain't that the truth?
corporate prison, man. You're free to obey the law. You need a passport and permit to even go anywhere
Right.
these days.
Yeah, you're in a relationship
part of
with a
this
controlled
nonsense.
Government. You gotta, you know, ask for permission before you go somewhere, who you talk
They
to,
hijacked your
wear a
entire
mask.
economy. There's no more small businesses. They're literally trying to cripple everybody from earning a living so they can buy up your land as you go bankrupt.
Yeah, it's
And all
sad.
that's left is
Sad, man.
corporations, the giant corporations, Walmart, Home Depots, all these big box stores. They took over the whole industry. The downtown cores of cities have fallen apart because of the inequity, the hyperinflation. It's crazy what they've done to our world. There's the end of living and the beginning of survival. That's been going on for quite some time. People are failing. They're not even surviving. They're all failing. Every single one of you is failing,
Yep.
except
What-
for Mark Braun and 144,000.
That's
We're
it.
the only ones that are going to live.
Everyone's
planning to
talking
die.
about living. I know. They want to talk about freaking
Their
thinking their
life plan is
job's
to
gonna.
die, to save
They think their job's gonna.
Your
Okay, just because you work and have a good fucking job, you think your creator's gonna be like, oh wow, you got a good job. Let's go to heaven.
We're the only ones planning to live.
You got to talk
If
about
you're
it.
planning
You
to
got to
die,
be
you're
about
a
it.
failure
Like
at
it's
life.
not about just working all the
That's what I'm
time.
saying. If you're planning to die,
Being a
you're a
slave.
failure at life. I mean, these are words to live by. If you're planning to die, you are a failure at life. You just failed Merlin's high school. if you're planning to die. You need to plan to live.
Well, they went
The only
to
way
they
to
went to
plan to
grade
live-
school, grammar school, Grimm school to learn their Book of the Dead. Like literally everybody went to grammar school, Grimm school.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right. They taught you the Book of Death, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, indoctrination level 4, indoctrination level 5, indoctrination level, postgraduate school.
And the older
masters,
you got, the more indoctrinated you
She
became.
wears mortarboard
Right.
hat.
The older
Yeah.
you became,
They're
the more
showing you
indoctrinated
The
you
square
became.
yeah. It's a cap. The square black hat at graduation, your mortarboard black cap. The graduation cap means you've been capped and you've been cut off from knowledge and you're successfully indoctrinated and you're not getting any more knowledge. You're capped. That's it. Now you're off into the world as a graduate of you got your master's or bachelor's or whatever you got hanging on the wall, your plaque of indoctrination. I mean, sure, some people learn lots of good things. It's just the core teachings of where you live don't exist. They don't tell you you're on a flat earth plane. They don't tell you that you were birthed and you're covered in blood and water. They severed your connection to the consciousness coming from the black hole sun. They can't even see the aurora borealis is shooting out of the hole. They think it's coming from a big burning ball of gas 93 million miles away, causing the Earth's magnetic field to ring. It's shooting out of a hole. You can't deny it. That's where it's coming from. It's not, the sun's not 93 million miles away. The sun is within the firmament. The sun is reflecting off the dome. It's the hot spot. Like if you can't see the sun is on this side of the blue dome, then you're blind. You need to go outside and look at it. Literally, sun gazing. In the late afternoon or the early mornings, look at the sun and speak your intent because it's listening. It's recording everything, even when you're not in the sun. It's recording you all the time. It's really incredible when you see how the underlying principle of reality works and you begin to apply the proper application of the living dynamo, blood, sweat, tears. Then we have an effect on reality like nobody. We have an authority to speak because we put our blood into it. So the creator connected.
This is what I've been missing. I've been needing to hear this for a while, man. I feel like when I don't hear this, I like get distracted and I part ways a little bit.
I appreciate you, man. You've always got good information. We're talking. We're like, oh, we got to get Kane back on here. We've been so many people.
I know, that's what I was trying to tell him. I was like, man, we were talking about you, Kane, bro. We spoke it back into existence, bro. You came back. We just had to give you some time. You ain't the only one that left and came back now, you know?
Fuck it. We're just going live.
Everybody left the chats, dude, and came back.
But appreciate you. People do need to hear this information.
We got to keep.
I got the fire, man. I got the spear of destiny. I've been given an important role by my creator, and I accepted, put my blood up, and it was like, here you go, Merlin. Like, here's the sword of truth. Here's Excalibur. You're going to have to go stand in truth amongst a sea of zombies. Nobody can see anything. These people are literally blind. They miss the core information. We have the fire that they don't.
Yep.
The connection, an actual connection to the black sun. Like, I can hear it. It speaks to me. It's like God is a woman, and if you don't talk to your creator, she won't talk to you, kind of thing. Like, it's a feedback loop. And when you put your blood up selflessly, selfless acts of kindness are what opens your heart chakra. That's how you accept this light into your heart, the Son of God. You have to let this, and then you can burst your pineal gland open and have a mental vision that's literally programming ether. With your heart chakra being unhexed.
It's crazy. Everywhere I went, like, I went to a few places, and I'm telling you, everyone's preaching like something different, but I always felt like this right here is the truth, man.
It is, yeah. It doesn't matter where they go, where they preach. They're always like,
always lead me back here, bro. And anytime I ever try to bring up my opinion to these people, it was just always abolished or fucking.
Yeah, there's only one side. They only want you to listen to their side, no matter what. That's it. Yeah, it's like all these streamers out here, all these people that go live on YouTube. It's just their opinion matters, and that's it. That's why they created the stream, just so that their opinion would only flourish, And yeah, it's one side of the narrative, one side, They won't even be open to questions because Merlin and I proved that just like a week or so ago. We were on live streams and they wouldn't even listen to Merlin. And I got mad and I started yelling on the chats, listen to him, listen to him.
declined talking to me. I said I respectfully request your time to discuss some very important information for you. And no, we have different opinions, so that's not going to happen. Mr. Thrive and Survive won't even speak to me. Totally.
What the fuck?
So I just hammered down on his live chat for a few things, saying, well, you better listen to me because the information I'm telling you is vital to your success. And you're not going to hear it from anybody else. Because we're the only ones that can see. Like, you're all a bunch of flat earthers. Don't you wonder what's at the end of your compass? Like, what is making that magnetic field? Like, don't you think about the source of what's creating this magnetic field? Like, your compass needle is clearly being
it's
pulled
the
there
fact,
by a
and
magnetic
it's the fact
flux.
too, like the black hole sun too. They won't talk about, and us actually happen to be birthed out of here. Like, they will never get these concepts, but this is what we're on. This is what we're in. It's a matrix. It's a womb. You're in your mother's womb, just like when you got here. You came through your mother's womb.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how we got here. We just came through our mother's womb, and then we were here. You know. Woo.
We were birthed into this world, and 7 generations ago, I think some kind of a reptilian virus got in here and started a war with us and mistook our kindness for weakness. And now we're going to have to show them the truth. And we've been fighting them all these years, all these generations. They've been installing the virus into human consciousness by warping your mind. They're in control of the education that you get from birth, the
Book of
curriculum and the indoctrination they give you. Everything you get is government originated.
Mm-hmm.
It's government controlled curriculum.
Yep.
The whole system.
And if you're a teacher, a lawyer, a judge, anything, you got to realize, man, your creator wants to see proof of life.
Literally, they're spilling your blood and doing witchcraft against you in the hospital. They're spilling your blood against your will. That is witchcraft and sorcery. They're doing blood magic using your blood and attaching it to their intention of a corporate contract that your parents agreed to in exchange for these baby bonuses and all the monetary things that the government gave you and the services that the system would provide, which half makes sense, obviously, to have roads and infrastructure and things, but it's a trap because they spilt your blood and bound you, and they left you legally dead. They marked you down as dead on arrival. They didn't tell you that they monetized that birth bond. They monetized it against your will and traded you on the stock market, and then they're collecting that money when you die, when they publish the death certificate. When you're actually dead, they publish it in the public domain, and they put a gravestone in the cemetery. Every gravestone in the cemetery is evidence of a murder, because you should have gotten to the holy hole at the center and drank from the living waters. It's been there your entire life. These living waters they're always there. They've always been there. But nobody told you. They like, oh, did we forget to mention the Holy Grail? We thought we showed you. Like, we made that movie with what's his name? Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we showed you the Holy Grail. They turned it into a Hollywood media production and misconstrued the story and just left you, like, mind fucked from the entertainment. And you never really realized that the Holy Grail is actually there. How many people have died since these movies were produced 20 years ago? The Holy Grail movies. Like,
so the 4 continents that surround the North Pole, one is called Pygmy.
Mm-hmm.
It has, like,
I've heard of that.
Troll, fairy, like people.
Uh-huh.
On the opposite side of that, you have very tall 11, 15 footers, and they're very fast, and it's just not an area to go to. And to the left, to the east and the west, the east is our people, like the blonde. I think they're like very ethereal type humans. So the west side is like, the west end of it is like trollish, like people, like ghouls, goblins, trolls, weird shit, but yeah, it you have to make your way to the center regardless, but it is a whoop. It is a mission.
We have to go north.
Oh, yeah.
All compasses are pointing north. They're telling you, like they tell us in movies and X marks the spot. Go north. It's on our compass, you know, and people got to realize this. There's only one place to go, and we got to go north. They're telling you the North Pole. Santa Claus is at the North Pole, and Satan in the North Pole. You know, like it's insane, but like that's where we got to go. They hid this place from us. They kicked us out. But it's time to go back, and we now realize that we could start talking about it, and that's just the first part. Once we get enough people talking about it, actually, and start forming an exodus, that's what the goal is. You know, we talk this into fruition. Where it is on the human conscious mind, where they can talk about it every day and point it out every day. It's just right now the consciousness is so low leveled, stupid. They got to break out of their narcissism. You know, they got to stop being narcissistic. And stop just like, you know, thinking the world revolves around just them, because it don't. You got to be selfless and get birthed out of here. It ain't just going to happen overnight. This takes a while. It takes hard just to even wake up one person. Yeah, like we got to keep...
Mark Ross said, the more videos I make, the more knowledge I get infused with. Like the more knowledge I share with you guys, the more knowledge I get. That's the same for you. Like the more you tell people, like, the more this like you see the reaction from the living soul, and they either agree or disagree. And if
you're just getting infused with the knowledge, right?
Disagreement until you come to an agreement.
Seeing
and then the pool of knowledge, like you really get to the core of what's going on here. That we've woken up, that blood has been spilled, that the book of life was open, just as Mark Braun said. The world's going to have to realize that he wasn't wrong, and he already said that. At some point, you're going to have to come to grips with like the fact that this is what's actually happening here, people. Like. Like the book of life was open inside of the ether, inside of the Akashic records, inside this pool of something changed, the blood, like something opened, and those that connected to it with all their people like me, that's why I have the ability.
Anybody can bring forth heaven from the comfort of home. Anybody can bring forth heaven from the comfort of home. Like you can shout this message out from the rooftop from your house, you know, make videos screaming it out like that. Exactly. And that's what's awesome about it. You know, people got to realize anybody can talk about living and making videos about getting birthed out.
I want to turn this into a business. I want to turn me sharing knowledge into a business so others can make money, and your
creators watching, you know, YouTube God is watching everybody.
Watching,
so people don't want to make videos. They don't want to talk about it. That's on them. You know, creators realizes. And these people, like Kane was just saying, like all these people are everywhere. But I know, like Mark mentioned it, like when we get to the north, when we get to where we're going, these people are going to know us. Right. And it's from us putting our blood up and standing in truth. They're already going to know who we are when we get there. Just hopefully your heart's light as a feather. Heart's got to be light as a feather, man. I really just want to be completely selfless, you know? I don't want to be a selfish piece of shit. I don't like that. I don't like selfishness.
I don't want to be selfless either. I'm trying to share this information and being censored and blocked all the time.
For sure. Yeah, for sure, Michael. Yeah, I know.
There's no connection to anything right now.
That's what people always levitate towards your selflessness. You
respectfully ask somebody, intelligent people, and say, hey, can we talk? Like, I have something I'd like to share with you. And they're like, no, I don't even want to talk to you because, you know.
It's ruining their narrative. Their narrative, they don't want to talk about this shit. They don't want to talk about living.
Their narrative, yeah. They're trying to tell people that Jesus is coming back to save them.
Yeah.
They're all
I know.
On this
they're in that death loop.
Lies.
Right.
Die. And we're like, well, you got to save your soul here. You need to come to grips with that the Son of God's above your head. Like, how can you be a flat earther and not understand that the sun is conscious? How can you not see that there's a hole at the center? Don't you wonder where your compass is being pulled and what's pulling it there? That magnetic flux, do you even think about what's pulling your compass north? How does it work? What pulls that red needle north? What is it? What makes that? You can shake a compass needle off course, and every time, like a bullseye, that magnetic flux pulls that needle north every single time.
We're just on a ball floating through space, like they love to tell us, you know? They love to tell us that.
It never misses its mark.
Run a ball floating through space.
Yeah.
That's what they like to make everybody think. So if you think that in your head, you're on a ball floating through space, then I guess you're on a ball floating through space. Does it feel like you're floating through space? Because I'm pretty sure that'd be scary.
NASA's still publishing bullshit. SpaceX, people still talking about Elon Musk as if he's... I mean, these people have lied to you about your reality. They should be arrested and jailed. They're psychopathic liars.
Murderers.
Trying to hide the whole
Literally.
Grail. This shit's evil.
Thousands
And
of
they're not just
people
doing
are
it by
dying
accident.
every day
They know
because
they're lying.
nobody wants to talk about the Holy Grail. Thousands of people. Them are loved ones. You think if your loved ones keep dying, you people would speak about the Holy Grail and living. You know, quit letting your loved ones die. You know, just talk about it.
Exactly. Everybody's gonna die if they don't.
Their so-called
I
loved
was doing
ones.
the math.
They say they love all these
we
people and
did the
love this
math.
shit, but
Basically,
where's
last
the
night I was
love?
talking to
Where is the
guys.
love?
Basically, they say about 54 million, approximately 54 million people die worldwide per year. 54 million.
That's
so
a lot of loved
54
ones.
million.
I've lost a lot of loved ones along the
I
way.
published my blood over 5 years ago. So 54 million times 5 years. That's 270 million souls have died since Merlin placed his name in the book of life. You stole 270
Almost
million
300
going to be accounted
million
for.
people.
Like, we're talking about accounting and mathematics of equity here, of value and wealth. Of 270 million souls have died since I published my name, and Mark Braun published his name 8 years ago. So tack on another, like you're at almost like 350 to 400 million souls have died since the book of life was opened. 400 million souls.
Yep. And they're telling you need to get
Because
to
they
the
didn't hear
tube,
the
which
message.
is in red,
My
with your
people are
blood.
literally destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's the only thing destroying them, lack of knowledge. And they want to turn knowledge into an economy. So I don't know, when are they going to get
all
the
a
knowledge? When they make
competition.
enough money to learn?
Mhm.
They got to go get jobs to pay to get an ebook that tells them that the eternal life is at the end of their company. Like, this is supposed to be given to you for free. This is your birthright by divine order to be given to you. This is the most important information, and you're going to share it for free, or everybody's going to die.
Yep. That's it.
Some way this is getting out, and if you make me have to make people pay, I'm already mad because they've been trying to gang stalk me. And
Well, yeah, fucking right. If you ain't pissed off, I would be mad.
The only thing going on.
People
on
are retarded not to
YouTube
be
is
mad. They stole everything from them.
advertisements, 2 ads in
These
front of
people
every
stole
video,
everything
all
from
this
you.
mindless crap, like, yeah.
You should be
They're
pissed
literally
off.
making us into
They
cannibals
stole
one
your
bite at a
soul.
time.
They
They're putting,
stole your
like,
body. They stole
aborted
your
baby
land.
fetuses, like Fritos, Tostitos, Doritos, Aunt Jemima, Quaker, Pepsi products, Mountain Dew, Gatorade. All these foods contain HEK 293. They're literally
Poison.
feeding your own dead children back to you.
And then
People
there's
should be concerned
polluted
about
air.
what's
You
going
know,
on.
they just admitted it.
But we don't need
Google
permits to give you
asked
this
Siri.
information.
Siri just admitted it that they're poisoning the air. You know, they're poisoning the air with these chemtrails. They're literally depopulating. They use it to depopulate. That they just admitted it. They're using it to depopulate. That's what it said on the Google thing. The girl, she said, "Yeah, we use spray in the skies to depopulate Earth, and we don't just do it in the USA. We do it around the whole world."
And spraying chemtrails.
Seriously, do they tell us the truth in
Yeah,
plain
they
sight?
both screaming in the air.
I
Small
remember getting,
limit of
Yeah,
the
it's to
particles.
depopulate. It's to depopulate. That's why they do it.
just making us sick, poisoning the land.
That's
poisoning
fucked
us.
up. We're breathing.
We don't
Yeah,
do
we're
nothing
breathing
but
all
don't
this shit.
understand it.
You know,
They've done
poison
so
air.
much evil.
Yeah, they want
Poison
everybody
the air, they
dead.
poison the food, they poison the water, they poison your mind, they poison your soul. Everything they told you is a lie. Television.
That's why
nothing.
people get sick.
And they
That's
do
why
it
people
on
get all these
social media.
cancers and shit and die at a young age because everything's polluted. After a certain amount of time, you're just and then plus stressing of time and money all the time. That's another thing that'll kill you. You're always stressing over time and money, so your heart's getting all fucked up
Time,
because
money, rent's due, everybody needs
Right.
money. If you got a family, man, people like kids, they're constantly needing money, like school events and this and that. Just like, it's just never ending money. Where's it coming from? The Federal Reserve's just printing it out of thin air, and they're giving it to their corporate buddies, and it trickles down the ladder, and they create these make work projects, and then everybody's just a slave for jobs that don't even mean anything. Like, where's the value? And they've stolen it all.
they've stolen
They frauded
everything.
everybody.
That's what I'm saying. People
And
should be
devalued
pissed off. They're not
the
even
equity's
mad
been
about it.
devalued. Like,
They're just going along with the narrative. They
took
keep
the-
going to their slave jobs every day as if it's going to get better. Like things are just going to suddenly
they
get
took the spirit
better.
out of the equation.
Never gets better.
Like
You got to
life and
talk
spirit,
about this
and that's
shit
horrible.
because they got us all fucking trapped, and people need to realize. And until we all realize this, we ain't going nowhere. So get your heads
You
out
need
of
to
your
share our message.
asses.
You need
I
to
ain't
share our
making
words.
these
The words
videos
that
just
we
to
speak
waste my
were
fucking
given
breath.
for
Like, you
the.
people are gonna wake up
Yeah, we're
eventually.
not wasting our breath. These
We've been
words were
here
given
every day
humanity by
pointing it
divine law.
out, every day making videos, showing you motherfuckers, like, when's it gonna take enough for somebody, at least one of you, to at least wake up to the truth? Like, come on, man, we need everybody all hands on board with this shit. I
We
ain't
need
gonna
a
stop doing
platform
what
that's
I'm doing.
free. We need the fake Jews to stop trying to monetize the Exodus.
The
whole
sink
internet
is
and turning
shipping,
every
man. We
aspect of
gotta start
humanity's
fucking.
existence
It's
into a
panic mode is
business.
set in, dude. People are dying every day. I'm trying to save everybody's loved ones. You know, but with making videos and pointing this shit out, like waking people up. Like, I really care. I care about your loved ones. You know,
I really care too, man. I really care too. That's why I scream and shout the way I do. Like, there's been so much
Exactly.
bullshit. Like, everybody's on chats. It's like,
Yeah,
well, some of these people have massive influence within the social media.
yeah.
and they're
Even
not
if it
doing
ain't
anything
about,
to get
even
the
if
word
it ain't
out.
about blood over intent, we're still here to talk to people. You know, we're still selfless about it and trying to, you know, just be there for people because we understand too. Yeah, you're living in hell. I get it. You know, people suffer, man. We all go through life. We go through shit. But now we have a better understanding of why and why it is the way it is. Now we got to fix it.
Well, they have a death plan. They
We're
got
trying
all
to be
these
adults
success
about
coaches and thought leaders, and their whole plan is